Welcome back everybody to another video, and in today's video we will be talking about completing the square. So completing the square is the process of turning standard form into vertex form. So let's say we have some equation, some quadratic equation in standard form. For example, if we have y equals negative 3x squared minus 18x plus 7, and we want to convert this into vertex form. So the process of doing that is called completing the square. So the first step in this process is to look at this a term, and if this a term is not 1, you must factor that number out. So what you're going to have to do is factor out the negative 3, but only from the first two terms. So x squared and then minus 18 divided by negative 3 is plus 6, and then the x plus 7 on the outside. Now, to get this perfect square number, you have to take the b term, which is 6, divided by 2, and square it. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 3 squared is 9. So you put this 9 inside of the bracket, but you must add and subtract it. So add and subtract 9 inside the bracket. And as you can see, we have not changed the equation because plus 9 minus 9 is 0. Now the next step you're going to want to take is to pull out this negative 9 and put it on the outside of the bracket. But when you do that, you must remember to multiply by this factor of negative 3. So you will have this. Pull out the negative 9. But multiply by the negative 3. So negative 3 times negative 9 is positive 27 plus the 7. Now what you can do is you can see that this is a perfect square trinomial. So you can factor that using the product sum integer method. So the product is the product of a times c, which is 1 times 9, which is 9. And the sum is b, which is 6. So now you have to find two integers that multiply to 9 but add to 6, and those two numbers are 3 and 3, because 3 times 3 is 9 and 3 plus 3 is 6. So now you can fill that in, x plus 3, and it's squared because it's going to be the same factor twice because of the 3 and 3, and then 27 plus 7 is 34. So this is now your equation from standard form to vertex form. So the vertex is going to be at negative 3 and 34. It's negative 3 because it's always opposite to how it appears in the equation, because of the built-in negative in the general form of the equation. So if it's plus 3, it's really negative 3. So the x value is always the h value, and the k value is always the y value of the vertex. Now, you can see that the a value here, this is important, the a value is less than 0. Whenever the a value is less than 0, so it's a negative number, that means that this vertex is a maximum, because the quadratic opens down. So for example, if I were to draw this, just a general rough drawing, the vertex is at negative 3 and 34, so somewhere way up here, negative 3 and 34. It may or may not look like this, but this is negative 3 and 34. And it's obviously at a maximum point here, opens down because of the a value. This is the vertex. That would be negative 3. This would be 34. So this is the process of completing the square, which is turning the standard form into vertex form.